What is up? The gang is all together. Welcome back, Ken.
Yeah. I got out there today.
You did. Got out there. Amen for that. Still cold AF out there. You know what we need to do. Now it's time for the Weather Wizard's Snowpocalypse 2026 update.
Tell us about the snow, Ken. Yeah.
Yeah, so are we in agreement? We're going to call it the Chapped Ass Report?
Chapped Ass Report. There's going to be a new one tomorrow. I got a Bourbon of Chapped Ass Report. It's cold AF.
No, you should tag it with, how are your buns feeling?
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
All right, let's talk about the power. How much power we got going on?
We still got about 200,000 Middle Tennesseans without electricity. They are making progress, slow but steady. And, they're not blowing smoke up anybody's you-know-what. I mean, they're saying the restoration is going to last through the weekend before everybody is actually back online. And they're not giving a timeline for when everybody will be back online. They're just saying, especially Nashville Electric Service is saying this is going to take through the weekend.
So NES is being accused, I'm sure you've seen this, of understaffing.
Oh, I saw a headline.
So MTE.
There's a shock.
MTE, they had 467 line workers. They had 8,000 outages. And NES had 175,000 outages, and they had 300 line workers. That seems a little light.
Yeah, I think they've jumped up to 700
Yeah,
now.
they said as of today they've moved up a little bit. And again, I'm not blaming the line workers, but I think there's a question to be asked. Did you underestimate, or could you get nobody else? Everybody else had already been hired out or whatever. I don't,
I would say it's probably NES incompetence.
Yeah, I think we know what Bell's hot take's going to be today. Just to let you guys know that.
I think we've already got a taste.
His hot take is going to be 3 hours of disdain for NES. Just let you guys know that. So my son's mom, one of her best friends, lives in Brentwood, and she finally got power on today. She couldn't even get out of her house. And the people who own the little the market across the street from our house, today was the first day they've opened, and it said, they finally got power on today. It's a nightmare out there.
Yeah.
And that ice, I drove today, that walk home, first of all, I almost ate when I left here yesterday out of the stairs, right? Because it was just insane. And then the everywhere is frozen. And it's like ice skating. You have to shuffle.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, if you're, 60, 70, 75 years old and you fall, not only is it your hip, it's your head, like you said.
Yeah, man, hitting your head on that is the danger. And I don't know if you guys saw it. I sent you a Instagram video where these two hardcore joggers in somewhere were talking about how the conditions were just perfect for some ice running out for a jog. And so the lady, so they take off down on their way, jogging down the road. They may have gotten 100 feet away, and the lady plants and hits the back of her head in the street. I guarantee you they ended up going to the hospital that night.
Well, you know what? It's also a good time to go to the hospital. Just let you know that.
Yeah.
It's a good time for a jog and a hospital trip.
Yeah, but you're right, man. I mean, it's treacherous out there on those sidewalks, dude, and it does not take much. I mean, you can be walking as slow as molasses and still slip.
Yes.
It's how dangerous it is. Just be careful out there.
And the thing is, you think you're stepping on, this just looks like snow that's starting to melt, and then it's just pure ice.
Yes, sir.
And away you go. And that's all it takes. So I told my wife, I said, I'm driving today because I said the roads, oddly enough, they're dry pretty much.
Yes.
I said, but the sidewalks, especially when it gets no shade, is not good.
Yeah.
It's no bueno.
Yeah. I tell you what else is no bueno. Folks, clean the ice from your hoods and your roofs before you hit the interstate. You are turning into missile launchers if you do not clear that ice off your car, truck, or van's hood and roof.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, dude, I saw it all the way up here from Murfreesboro on I-24.
And those big chunks that fall off,
They will go right through a windshield.
But it's interesting because I pulled in right next to Ken, and I'm like, it's Ken's car. He doesn't care if I hit it. So I pulled right in, and you're everything, your front, your grill, the whole nine. There still has icicles on it.
It's just ice.
It looks like the snow miser.
And so do I.
Yes, you
with
do.
my long white beard.
Yeah, it is. Just be careful. And still, the other thing, I'm telling everybody, we're getting more deaths. It's more reported. There's a lot of, check on that neighbor, call that person, because people. We had several people across the country have already died of hypothermia, and a lot of that probably could have been avoided.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about here, man. I mean, we're this is 3 days since the storm.
Yes.
Well, I guess Sunday is when. Yeah, 3 days. And you said, Brother Chad, you were without electricity for about 16 hours.
Yes.
And it got down to 53 degrees in your apartment. If you think about a house out there, or a small house, or maybe a mobile home with nothing around it.
No insulation, none of that stuff.
No insulation, man. I mean, there's some people out there in danger.
And they're living, a lot of those people they're living really at the line, paycheck to paycheck,
Yes,
fixed
sir.
income. And that's also where they get themselves in trouble, where they're like, I'll just burn a little fire inside.
And if you do end up needing to call 911 for some reason, just realize you're going to have a nice wait.
Yeah. So
Because
that's also
apparently
the other thing.
the city understaffed 911 going into an emergency.
Yeah. I mean, that's, go. Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
That's okay. I had to call on Sunday. I had a 10-minute wait on 911. And thank God I wasn't calling because somebody had been injured or was bleeding out or
Yes, sir.
whatever the case may be. But it's just that's absolutely unacceptable that we would be so understaffed that it would be a 10-minute wait to get to 911.
It's
Mother Nature, man.
It is. Mess you up. I mean, we talk about it all the time.
Well, we know that. And going into this storm, they should have made arrangements to have more 911
yeah, I was
operators.
surprised. I wonder what the police and fire, how, it was everybody on duty. Did they tell everybody, look, you're not getting a day off, or, we'll have to make it up to you? And because of, just what, like you said, what you could expect, this was going to be very, very busy. And like you were saying earlier, they had that guy shoveling snow, and he ended up, having a heart attack or something.
66 years old.
Oh.
Had a heart attack shoveling snow.
Yeah. See, look, guys, first of all, shoveling snow, you can buy a flamethrower on Amazon. There is no reason to ever shovel snow. Remember when Tesla had their flamethrower?
Yeah.
That thing was awesome.
It was.
I tried to buy one, and they sold out, and I tried to buy them again, and I got, because everybody wanted one. They're just so cool. Because first of all, you cut grass with it, you do the whole 9 yards, but that thing's, and again, I'm in Arizona, like I need one when I was out there. Like, what am I going to do with one of these? But don't shovel snow. Like, unless you're young, fit, and healthy, there's no reason to. Especially the slippery out there. I worry about that because I'm sitting up there, looking down at, people trying to walk on the ice as they take their dogs out in the front. And I'm like, geez. And the dogs aren't happy, by the way. I think we can all admit that. Finally, your little dude did something.
Yeah, little fella. Fritz said he broke his own record. He went 29 hours without going to the bathroom yesterday.
Whoa.
And now he's working on a new record.
Fantastic.
Apparently, it got so much that he just, he did his business. Well, now he's back to not doing his business again, and we'll see how long it goes today.
It's all that cheese you feed him.
That's right.
Man, we do not deviate from the food we give that dog, because if we do, it's like a fire. His butt becomes a fire hose.
Oh, that's not
and
good.
It is terrible.
That's not good.
It's terrible.
Yeah, our dogs were not. They're just, no. That's the best thing I could tell you, Chad. They look at me and say, I'm gonna poop right here on the concrete in front of the dog park because there's snow, and I don't want to touch that because that's silly. That's not sand. I'm a sand dog, right? I'm a sand dog, and I do sand dog stuff. This is not sand dog. I jump in pools. I don't go in frozen water.
I'm telling you, man, Fritz is the best dog we've ever had. That dog will not go in the house. He just won't do it. And I appreciate the little fella for it.
You know what?
I gave him
That's
a little
awesome.
treat for it.
See, what's his treat of choice?
Just these little milk bones, little milk bone biscuits.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our. I think sometimes because our dogs get a treat after they go out and go to the bathroom, and we got to take them out and do the whole 9 yards, and so they know, like Bowie knows, I want a treat, so I got to pretend even if I don't have to go, so I can come back up and get a treat. I got to pretend.
Sally texted in that she called 911 about a down power line that was causing fires. She waited for 20 minutes and hung up. And they did call her back, though, 9 hours later.
Yeah. Well,
the city's got some explaining to do.
Well, and they're probably, I mean, they're under, like, I've seen the 911 shows. the only person that ever works in there is that girl. What's her name?
But we knew this was coming.
Yeah, we knew.
This is not like we got surprised.
That's the thing right there.
Yeah.
We knew it was coming, and I feel like, although somebody said Smyrna PD was fully staffed, but Metro PD, who they used to work for, they said is notorious for being understaffed, especially on crappy days. We knew it was coming, right? Like, that's the thing. You know it's coming. Mm-hmm. You should be prepared in a way where you've got everybody, all hands on deck. If you don't need all hands, cut them loose. But if you do, it's better to have and not need than need and not have.
Yes, sir.
So, no doubt about that. Let's see here. That's currently my dog's is coming out like lava.
Oh, goodness.
Hates the rain, loves the snow. Loves the snow.
Oh.
Loves it. I mean, it's a, again, because now we've got another one coming in this weekend. The good news is we have there's no weather with it. It's just cold. But what's it do? This stuff isn't going to thaw out by the weekend because it's not getting very warm. So it's going to continue to freeze through next week.
Yeah, I mean, today is, we definitely need a day like today. We need full-on sunshine.
Yes.
Because no matter how cold it is, anything in the sun will start to melt. But that's becomes the issue right about 4 o'clock in the afternoon this time of year. The sun is low, and we're no longer getting those direct rays, and everything refreezes.
Yeah.
And something else to think about. We talked about this yesterday. What's happening today with all this melt is everybody's weather leaf filters or leaf gutters are filling up with water because they're probably clogged with ice. So your gutters are filling up with water. They're starting to spill over. And if you look up, I bet you'll see some massive icicles forming from the water coming out of your gutters.
Yeah, be careful out there.
Be careful of that.
And we're going to have Busy Bee coming over because now our heater's not working, our HVAC's not working.
Oh, wonderful.
And so yesterday, like when we woke up, it was down in the low 60s again. So my wife had to have the oven on and open to warm the house up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because as you women know, you're always cold.
Yeah.
You're always cold. For whatever reason, you're always cold. So it's been a few days. There's no doubt about that. So craziness, chaos, a lot of stuff to get to today. We'll talk a little bit about Minnesota. Obviously, the lawsuits, and you were just talking about TikTok already settled.
Yeah, they're not messing around.
TikTok, I got a bone to pick with you. We're going to do that coming up in a little bit. On top of that, we'll talk a little bit about that big lawsuit. I mean, this is the first time this thing is going to court, and the significance of this cannot be understated when you think about it. Not everybody's smoked, but everybody's been on the interwebs, and everybody, for the most part, has been on social media. So this thing is huge. We'll talk about that. We got, of course, your Hot Take Tuesday. We know what Bell's is going to be. We'll find out what Ken's is going to be. All that, so much more straight ahead. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. This portion of the program is brought to you by and powered by NCA. National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. You guys know what time it is.
Hot take, hot take, hot take Tuesday.
Hot Take Tuesday. Let's first surprise. I'm going to close my eyes and say, Bell, what do you have for us? Here we go.
All right, I'm going to try to keep my temper under control while I talk about this. But my hot take is whoever the individual is at NES that prioritizes repairs is an absolute moron because I've got a downed live wire laying over my car with a lot of branches that are covering it up. And I've been told that it's not a priority. Today, I had somebody see the big mess in front of my yard and come to my front door, push past the car and the branches, not realizing, because it's pretty much disguised, that if he had touched the car, he would have been dead. And he started to walk away, and I'm like, whoa, dude, don't go over. There's a live line over there. You know, and I pushed him the other direction. But I've been told that the down line is not a priority because it goes from the street to the house. But if this guy had electrocuted himself, NES would have been like, oh, sorry. So NES, KMA.
Oh, goodness me. En fuego bear. All right, Ken, what do you have for us?
If your car sheds ice chunks on the highway, you're not a driver. You're a missile launcher. Clean your roof or accept that you're the reason someone behind you now needs a new windshield, possibly a change of underwear, too.
Oh, wow. I can't believe. Could you believe that flies right into your underwear? Oh, my God, it cracked my grundle.
People just don't think about the damage something like that.
No, they don't. They don't.
I'm telling you, man, it'll go right through a windshield.
Yeah, it will. It's crazy. You got to be careful. Again, people don't. It's the thinking part. It's totally. My hot take today is TikTok. Don't BS me. Don't lie to me. Don't play the games. We know you guys are full of crap, okay?
Hey, take your shadow ban and enjoy it.
If you haven't seen, Ken, I don't know if yours has changed.
What's up?
All of my TikToks change. They won't let me post certain videos, right?
Really?
So if you're critical of Trump or DHS or Israel or say anything about Epstein or any of that stuff, it ain't happening.
Really?
I've got videos that I've posted, 0 views. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, it's just because we switched over and because power outages. Yeah, shut up. Nobody buys it. Nobody does. And several states now are going, oh, there's a question here that we need to look into this. And they're like, no, we're fixing it. It's not just me, by the way. The biggest, I'm talking about people who have several million followers have no views at all on some of their stuff. And it's the same kind of stuff. Oh, could the administration have put some pressure on Ellison and them? Hey, make sure that all the things that are said are very good.
Oh, now, Chad, that never happened.
Maybe Elon should have bought it.
Yeah. The new algorithm sucks. That's also true, too. That's the other part of it. The algorithm sucks. The new one, it's like my For You page has completely changed. I went from watching the guy, have you seen? I sent it to you guys. This guy dresses up in all kinds of outfits, and then he goes out and he fights his sheep. Has him run at him, his goats or whatever. And yesterday he was in a dinosaur outfit, and that thing crushed him. And then he got in one of those big balls you roll around in, and they were thumping him everywhere. Then he tried to pole vault, and the thing cut him off at the legs. Oh, it's brutal. So, but my new thing, it's just, don't tell me, don't lie to me at all. We know what's going on TikTok. That's why you settled today, punks.
So what about, we're probably not ever going to hear from Kylie again.
No, luckily I got Kylie. I knew exactly where to go because I get her on the Insta.
Oh, okay.
I get her on the Insta.
Better recognize.
By the way, I mean, we could probably go early. There's so much of her. She might just be doing a 24/7 victim Olympics about everything. And we could play it all day tomorrow. She's nuts. I got all kinds of good stuff with her. Oh, yeah. Just we could get bonus White Woman Wednesday. That's how crazy she is. All right, coming up, ladies and gentlemen, we'll talk a little bit about the lawsuit, and it's very interesting. It is significant in the way that the tobacco lawsuit was. That's how big they're saying this is. And we'll talk a little bit about Minnesota. Old Greg got sent home, and Trump just came out a little while and gave a vote of confidence for old Christy the Gnome. So, immigration Barbie. You're so mean. She shot her dog and thought it was a good idea to put it in her book. That right there should disqualify you. You didn't shoot Cujo.
Yeah, what was the dog's name? Like Frisky or something?
Yeah, it was some just like Snuggles. Shot Snuggles. Oh, shot Snuggles, because that's what we do. We make hard decisions. Okay, Well, that's uncomfortable.
Well, make a hard decision and resign.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We'll talk about that. A bunch of other stuff straight ahead. Let us know what your hot take is. Bells, NES, and several of you are chiming in as well on that. My take is not political. It isn't kind of. It's TikTok. The political side was that, but it's also they just ruined everything with their new algorithms. Horrible. 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 My For You page is a mess. Chad Benson, Super Talk, 98.7. Why are you going to ride him? No? So this lawsuit that's taking place this is the first time they're going to be in front, the social folks, of a jury. They've settled on numerous occasions outside of court. That's what TikTok did. Snapchat didn't even try to, get involved. They settled. And this involves a 19-year-old. And it's going to be tough for them to prove that her mental problems were all based on the addiction to social media. That's a tough thing to prove right there, because that's like saying, well, she wouldn't have had any problems. Now, it could have exacerbated it. There's no doubt about that. But, I mean, there were kids I knew growing up that had mental issues. There was no Insta. There was none of that stuff. And is it made to be addictive? It is. And their argument is going to be, look, we built this thing, okay? You guys, the stuff that has made her feel this way is the content. And we can't fight the content. We can only do so much. So but the size of this, because there's 1,000 lawsuits waiting out there, and there'll be a lot more. And this is going to cost them millions and potentially billions of dollars if indeed there is something that gets done where they force them to pay it, or whatever it is they end up having to pay. And it's hard too, because Zuckerberg is going to actually be in the trial. He's going to be cross-examined, and he's going to be examined. I mean, that's a big deal. It is.
Have you seen any of the details that TikTok and Snapchat agreed to?
No, they kept it. I'm sure it was a decent amount.
Yeah.
So her argument and the family's argument is it started when she was 10 and it was built to be addictive. Okay, it's built to be addictive. We all kind of get that. The amount of time that we're spending on it is insane. Have you ever get your little report at the end of the week that tells you how long you've been on it?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to know.
No.
You look at it and you're like, I feel shame. I feel so sad. You're like, that's a job, right? That's a job.
Right.
And some of the stuff, like a lot of it, I go there because it's hilarious, right? Twitter to me is different because Twitter is news-based and it's insane at times. And so they're not really brought up in this because, especially with the young kids, like nobody's going to Twitter and going, oh my God, I feel so bad for myself because of Twitter.
Yeah.
My Twitter feed about a month ago went from seeing a lot of conservative people in there, obviously, because I do ascribe to a lot of the conservative philosophy, but now it's almost 90% commies. Literally just espousing how evil capitalism is. And I don't know what shifted, but I don't even go on Twitter anymore because I get tired of watching all these morons talk about how great socialism is.
Yeah, well, you know what? You probably liked one thing. And you know what it is? I'm going to be honest. You fight with Robert Reich. And that's your big thing because he's such a wackadoo.
Yeah, but these are people that make him look normal. And it went almost overnight from just being what I would consider normal to being just so many commies in it. And if you're a communist, I'm sorry, but you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're an idiot. This doesn't end well for you.
I just stick to football on Twitter. But see, then I have some of the people that I follow will then repost political things.
Yes.
And then my feed fills up. So I unfollow those people because I don't care about politics.
Yeah.
I don't even see most of the people I follow aren't even showing up on my feed anymore.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And like, I don't know, I have like 11 or 12,000. I stopped Twitter a long time ago because, except for once in a great while, because you can go on there on a Monday morning and say, hey, God bless you guys, have a great week. And then the first thing will be like, you suck because you're a white cis male
Exactly.
and rot in hell.
Yeah.
And you're like, Mom. And the that's why I take Twitter away from you. But
Stole my joke.
I mean, it doesn't matter what you say. You could just say, hey, hi. And people are going to just.
Oh, yeah.
And then I started to notice, I started getting shadow banned. So, I got like 11 or 12,000 followers, whatever it is. I would say, I'd put something out there and I'd look and it'd be like 4 people saw it. I'm like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
And my friends would go, hey, dude, I haven't seen anything. And I'm like, this is just stupid. I'm over this. And so I only go on to look at stuff now.
Were you subscribing
To
Twitter?
I did at one point. Well, first I got the blue check originally before they made you subscribe because you have to jump through the hoops. You have to
But if you subscribe, your reach is a lot bigger. Because
I think I still have the blue check, and it doesn't. My reach doesn't go any further.
I don't subscribe, and sometimes I'll get like 2 views. Sometimes I'll get 12. Once in a while, I'll catch a curve, and I'll get 150, 200 views, but that's so rare.
Yeah, now I just go straight to, I just want to know what's going on in the news, what's trending, and look at it and move on. I don't do any of the, because at this point it's great for news, but see, TikTok and them were designed to get people to continue to look at it, and they gamified it. It's my uncle. My uncle is a big nerd, and he says, look, we gamified World of Warcraft when they first came up with it. We realized if we gave people opportunities to continue to play the game by collecting stuff and gamifying certain things, they would continue to play the game. So you had guys who were like the farthest you could be in World of Warcraft, but once we started giving out badges, they would go all the way to the beginning and start grabbing all the badges. And it's the same thing. It's about getting people in that mindset. And they're saying, well, the kids are addicted. But my thing is, why are you not talking to your kid about that stuff? Why are you not looking at? What are you looking at? What are you watching? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you really need to educate your kids more so than ever now.
Yeah.
About
they don't have
media.
time to do that, though, because they're doing illicit drugs in the other room.
So,
Or they're doom scrolling themselves.
well, they don't even get out of the, they're not even, my buddy asked me last night, he goes, dude, have you heard of this incel thing? And I started talking to him. I go, they go online, they find these, these people, it's a nihilist world, they're black-pilled, whatever you want to call it, and these wackadoo guys and stuff. And I said, it happens on Twitter, and then they go to other chat rooms and stuff. But the doom scrolling, again, Twitter's a separate world. That's why I don't think they're named in this. But that other stuff, it is interesting because, once again, like you said, what are you doing for your kids? How are you having conversations with them? My kids know none of this is real.
Yeah.
None of it is. Right? None. You just turn it off. Okay,
Right.
there, it's gone.
Yeah. It's just people hiding behind fake names and keyboards.
Yes, absolutely. Fake names and keyboards. And living a life like the keeping up with the Joneses. Have you ever seen people that you know and they're like, their life looks perfect? Like, I know you, dude. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? You're close to filing BK. Your wife's having an affair. That baby ain't even yours. Right? And, they repoed 2 of your cars and you guys, and that's not Hawaii. You guys are in, some crappy island that probably was used to test nuclear bombs.
Check your rads. You might be a little hot.
I know. I'm sunburned. No, you're not. You got radiation poisoning. Stay away from me. But that's everybody. That's the whole thing. They go on and everybody shows the best of all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And so this will be big. If indeed it gets as far, I wouldn't be surprised if the other two right before, end up, tapping out. But once you do that, though, they're all coming for you. Once you do that.
That's the thing, man. Do you think TikTok and Snapchat, I mean, the fact that they're settling, what chance now does Meta and YouTube have?
Yeah,
Well, other than a fine, what's going to be the result of settling?
Well, that's true.
Well, the fine is, the goal, and you said this, you and I were talking earlier, the perfect example is going to be old Zuckerberg getting up there and saying, first of all, I'm not an alien, and secondly, we've been trying to get, Washington to regulate us forever, because the more that they're regulated, the smaller everything's going to get, as far as it's just going to become 3 companies that pretty much own everything. But how do you, who's the fine go to? But this is a actual lawsuit, not by 50 people, but by a singular girl and her parents.
Right.
So this is a settlement that goes to them.
Right. And I think I heard in that report that I ran, Mike Dubusky says there are thousands of other lawsuits in the wings.
Yes, there's 1,000 they know of right now that have already been filed. But this is the first one ever. And so remember what happened with the big tobacco. Then they had to go and they had to set up, all these funds like they do with what's that Roundup stuff and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Or Camp Lejeune. And they have to set up these massive things, put billions of dollars in it, and just throw your name in there and say, my kid was affected. And, you get a few bucks and away you go.
And you have to watch those incessant ads on TV about the
Camp Lejeune.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those things are everywhere. So.
Did you use Roundup when you were 10?
Maybe. I don't know. I know, really.
Well, we can get you some money.
Did you get hit by a bus? Well, that's because of Roundup. You're like, what?
No, but I did ride my bicycle behind mosquito trucks.
Everybody did. Mosquitoes would die on your arm, and you'd be like slapping them, and you're just covered in that stuff.
Just breathing it in, boy.
Yes. And there we go. There we go. That's it. That's just, here we are. We're 80s kids. We don't care. We're having a laugh. You know what? We are a rash. You're not getting rid of any of us.
Gen X is a rash.
We are rash. We are absolutely super rash. So I want to see if this thing even gets to a jury and how they even go about picking the jury. And what that, because the other thing is too, everybody looks at Zuckerberg and thinks, ugh. That's you're Zuckerberg.
He's an android.
You think?
Not an alien. He's an android.
I'm waiting for the first robot that kills a person and what that lawsuit looks like.
Man. You know it's coming, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that thing's totally coming. That thing's going to lose its freaking mind and snap your head. And then the next thing you know, right, the same people that made your little Hoover thing that's rolling around in your room, right, just done and killed you, sucks your cat up or whatever.
I used to spend a lot of time on social media. I don't even have a Facebook account now. I'm rarely going on Twitter, but I do like Instagram, mostly because of the pictures and stuff, not the politics of it or anything like that. In fact, I don't engage in a lot of politics on Instagram. I just want to see cool content, video, and things like that. And luckily, I've been able to keep most of the politics out of my feed.
You guys send some funny stuff.
You do. I mean,
and you guys don't send anything political.
No,
it's
I don't.
Funny.
I try not to. Because I do enough politics. I don't need it. I mean, I'd rather. I always fight with Radio America because sometimes all I want to do is I just want to have a show all day where we talk about crappy movies.
Absolutely.
I watched American Ninja this weekend. You're welcome. Michael Dudikoff was a badass.
Trust me, it was editing.
Michael Dudikoff, what's up? American Ninja, what? Coming up. Oh, guess what? The clock is moving closer to midnight. We'll talk a little bit about that.
Oh, man.
Oh, my Lord. It's all happening. It is the Chad Benson Show. Super Tough 99.7. So, it's not 10 minutes to midnight anymore. It's 85 seconds to midnight. Closest we've ever been. Doomsday Clock.
We need for Bruce Dickinson and the boys to come up with another song.
85 seconds to midnight. See, it doesn't have that ring to it.
It just
doesn't roll off the tongue. 80-year history of the clock. We are 85 seconds to midnight. It's the closest it's ever been. The closest it's ever been. Midnight, by the way, represents the point at which humans will have made Earth unlivable. Unlivable. Just to let you guys know that. Unlivable. It's not going to happen if we get there.
Good thing we have that special spaceship that we're hiding and we can go to another planet.
Yeah, good thing. Well, I mean, we're all a simulation anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, when we hit midnight, that means they've run out of quarters.
So much of what goes into deciding what time is on that clock is just there's a whole lot of liberal garbage in it.
Well, yeah. I'm like, well, here's the thing. The renewable energy thing, okay, whatever. Biosecurity, okay, we can talk about that. Regulating AI. You know who's doing AI right? The Chinese. We're further ahead in a lot of stuff, but they're doing it right as far as trying to protect their workforce and whatnot. So that's an interesting thing when it comes to that because let's be honest. I mean, this administration in particular is not going to regulate a damn thing at any time, including our state and several others that tried to put any way to regulate AI in it. The administration came down and crushed him, said, nope, not going to happen. So when it takes over, who do you have to thank for that?
And what's to stop the Chinese from hacking AI and retraining it to just start doing massive damage to the infrastructure of our internet?
Same thing. It's not going to stop us from doing that to them. You know, I mean, there's the one thing about getting closer to midnight is the mutually assured destruction.
Yeah.
Has always been a big deterrent, which is, we could blow you to hell. You could blow us to hell. Nobody wins.
Nope.
So, although I will tell you, we'll touch on it next hour. Are you seeing what's going on in China? Not a lot of people are paying attention. Maybe one of the biggest stories, essentially Xi's best friend from childhood and top general, one of the only few people that's actually been in any kind of scuffle that isn't a slap fight with the Indians. He had him arrested. And he's ousting a lot of allies. And there was words of it was a coup or it was all this stuff. And then they came out and said he sold a bunch of nuclear secrets to America, which nobody's buying. And this is an interesting thing that is going on over there because this was dude's best buddy. And to say that he would even think about it, there's no chance, right? Xi is so implanted. There's no chance there's a coup. So there's a lot more going on there. Coming up, hour number 2 of the program, more on the latest in the weather and the chaos and how many people are without power. We'll talk about that. Some stuff out of Minneapolis. We have another shooting border agent, this time in Arizona. We'll talk about that as well. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.